the grand mansion of the Carter family stood like a beacon of wealth and power in the affluent suburb of Manhattan. Alex Carter, a man whose ambition matched his fortune, prided himself on having it all: a thriving business empire, luxurious cars, a sprawling estate, and, most importantly, a picture-perfect family. His wife, Mandy, was the epitome of grace and beauty, and their two children, Liam and Chloe, were a reflection of their seemingly perfect union. But as anyone who delves beneath the polished surface of a diamond knows, not everything that glitters is gold. Alex's charm and charisma had once captivated Mandy, sweeping her off her feet in a whirlwind romance. But over time, Mandy began to notice that Alex's attention wandered. It started subtly: longer hours at work, distracted conversations during family dinners, and unexplained absences on weekends. Mandy, ever the devoted wife, tried to ignore the nagging doubts that whispered in her mind. She focused on her children, pouring her energy into raising them with love and care. But even her best efforts couldn't match the growing distance between her and Alex. One fateful evening, as Mandy set the table for dinner, Alex walked into the dining room with a look she couldn't quite decipher. He cleared his throat and said, "Mandy, we need to talk." The words hung heavy in the air. Mandy's heart raced. "What is it, Alex?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I've met someone," he said bluntly, his tone devoid of remorse. "Her name is Sophie. She's everything I've ever wanted." Mandy felt as if the ground beneath her had shifted. "What are you saying?" she stammered. "I'm saying I'm bringing her into our lives. She's going to be my second wife." Sophie arrived at the Carter mansion with the flair of a Hollywood starlet. Her beauty was undeniable: flawless skin, cascading blonde hair, and piercing blue eyes that seemed to see through everyone. Mandy, struggling to keep her composure, put on a brave face for her children. Sophie quickly established herself as a presence in the house. She charmed Alex effortlessly and even managed to win over the children with her playful demeanor. But behind her dazzling smile and magnetic personality lay secrets that no one in the Carter household could have imagined. As weeks turned into months, Sophie began to develop a bond with Mandy. It started innocently enough: shared glasses of wine on the terrace, late night chats, and confessions about their pasts. Sophie's charm was intoxicating, and Mandy found herself drawn to her in ways she couldn't explain. One evening, after the children were asleep and Alex was out of town on business, Sophie and Mandy shared a bottle of wine by the fireplace. Sophie leaned closer, her voice low and velvety. "Mandy, have you ever wondered what it's like to break free from all the rules and expectations?" Mandy hesitated, unsure of what Sophie meant. "I'm not sure I understand." Sophie's lips curled into a sly smile. "Let me show you." That night marked the beginning of a forbidden connection between the two women, a connection that was both thrilling and terrifying for Mandy. Alex's flirtations with other women had given him a false sense of security. He assumed he could keep control of his family while indulging in his desires. But nothing could have prepared him for what he witnessed one evening when he returned home earlier than expected. As he entered the house, Alex heard soft laughter coming from the master bedroom. His curiosity turned to shock when he opened the door to find Mandy and Sophie in an intimate embrace. "What the hell is going on here?" Alex roared, his face turning crimson. Mandy and Sophie sprang apart, their expressions a mix of guilt and defiance. "Alex, I can explain," Mandy began, but Alex cut her off. "I don't want to hear it," he shouted. The betrayal he felt was overwhelming. He clutched his chest, his breathing ragged. Before anyone could react, Alex collapsed to the floor. Mandy sat by the fireplace one evening, her mind heavy with the weight of Alex's betrayal and the chaos Sophie had brought into their lives. Alex had been distant ever since the night he caught her and Sophie together. But beneath his anger and pride, Mandy sensed something deeper, a man grappling with his own failures. A week after the incident, Alex called Mandy into his study. His usually confident demeanor was gone, replaced by a man humbled by his mistakes. He gestured for her to sit, his eyes glistening with emotion. "I have made a mess of everything," Alex began, his voice trembling. "I thought I could have it all: success, a beautiful family, and my selfish desires. But I see now how much I've hurt you, Mandy. I destroyed our marriage vows, the trust you placed in me. And for what? A fleeting thrill." Mandy sat in silence, her heart pounding. She had never seen Alex like this, raw and vulnerable. "I'm sorry," Alex continued, tears streaming down his face, "for everything. I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I need you to know that I regret every choice I made that led us here. If I could go back and undo it all, I would. You and the kids were all I ever needed, and I was too blind to see it." Mandy felt a lump rise in her throat. Despite everything, she had loved Alex deeply. Seeing him like this reminded her of the man she had fallen in love with years ago, the man who had once promised to cherish her forever. "Alex," she said softly, "you hurt me more than I can put into words. But I believe in forgiveness. Not for you, but for me. I can't carry this bitterness anymore." Her words broke Alex and he dropped to his knees before her. "I promise you, Mandy, from this moment on, I will be the husband you deserve. I will spend the rest of my life making it up to you." True to his word, Alex began to make amends. He filed for divorce from Sophie, who left without protests, realizing that her presence in the Carter household had done more harm than good. Alex focused on rebuilding his relationship with Mandy and their children, dedicating himself to being present and supportive. But the damage to their marriage was not easily undone. While Mandy forgave Alex, the scars of betrayal lingered. Their love became one marked by bittersweet memories and quiet resilience. Alex lived with a deep sense of regret, replaying his mistakes in his mind like a broken record. He poured his energy into philanthropic efforts, hoping to leave a positive legacy for his children. Yet, the weight of his actions never truly left him. Years later, as Alex lay on his deathbed, Mandy sat by his side, holding his frail hand. His once vibrant eyes were now tired, but filled with a profound sense of peace. "I failed you, Mandy," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "But you never failed me. Thank you for forgiving me when I didn't deserve it. Thank you for raising our children with so much love. I just wish I could have been a better man sooner." Mandy's eyes brimmed with tears. "You made mistakes, Alex, but you tried to make them right. That's all anyone can do. I hope you found peace." With his last breath, Alex smiled faintly. "I found it in you." As Mandy watched him slip away, she felt a deep sorrow, but also a sense of closure. Alex's life had been a testament to the complexity of human nature, a blend of flaws, regrets, and redemption. She left his bedside that night with a renewed resolve to live her life fully, cherishing the lessons she had learned. Love, she realized, wasn't about perfection. It was about forgiveness, resilience, and the courage to rebuild after the storm. And in the quiet moments when the world was still, Mandy found solace in knowing that even the most broken hearts could heal with time and grace.